The room goes quiet the second these images appear. Not because they're loud, but because they demand your full attention in a way that feels almost dangerous to ignore. Before we dive into the full story, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to Iconic Looks Daily for your daily dose of celebrity glamour, transformations, and unforgettable looks. Amber Heard has always carried an aura that feels slightly untouchable, equal parts elegance and provocation. From her earliest red carpet appearances to her most talked-about editorial moments, she's mastered the art of being seen without ever asking for permission. And these photos? They don't just capture a look. They capture a mood, a moment, and a woman fully aware of the power she holds. There's something cinematic about the way Amber moves through a frame. It's not about excess or shock, but restraint. The confidence is quiet, almost unsettling, because it doesn't beg for approval. Every pose feels intentional, every glance carefully measured, as if she's letting the camera in just enough to keep you guessing. What makes these images so arresting is how they blur the line between vulnerability and control. Amber doesn't hide behind heavy styling or forced drama. Instead, she allows simplicity to do the work. Clean lines, natural light, and a presence that feels unapologetically adult. It's the kind of beauty that doesn't fade when the trends change because it was never chasing them in the first place. Hollywood has always had a complicated relationship with women who own their image. When confidence is subtle, it's praised. When it's direct, it's questioned. Amber has lived in that tension for years, and these photos feel like a quiet response to every label ever placed on her. She doesn't explain herself. She doesn't soften the edges. She simply exists, fully and without compromise. There's also a sense of isolation in these images that makes the title feel almost accurate. They're not meant to be consumed casually. They ask for stillness, for privacy, for a moment where you're not scrolling, not distracted, just observing. That intimacy is what makes them linger in your mind long after you've looked away. Fans often debate whether Amber's appeal comes from her classic features or her modern attitude, but the truth is it's the combination. She carries old Hollywood bone structure with a contemporary fearlessness. She can look timeless in one frame and completely current in the next, which is why her photos continue to resurface, circulate, and spark conversation years later. These images aren't about controversy. They're about presence. About what happens when someone stops performing and starts owning the space they're in. Amber doesn't ask you to agree with her. She doesn't ask you to admire her. She simply reminds you that confidence, when worn naturally, can be more striking than anything designed to shock. And maybe that's why these photos feel so personal. They don't shout. They don't explain. They just sit there, calm and unbothered, daring you to look away first. Some images fade the moment you scroll past them. Others stay with you, not because they tried too hard, but because they didn't try at all. These belong firmly in the second category.